And while we're here, Mr. Lynch, if we can get Mr. Morgan's first name for the record, please.
It's Andrew Morgan, Andrew.
Thank you.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the State Court of Clayton County. This is the November 25th, 2025 jail calendar. Mr. Brooks's first case is a petition. He's going to need a conference. The second case has been transferred to Superior Court. The petition will be a hearing. Next on the calendar is Jacqueline Cummings.
Judge, and I apologize. I need a conference with Ms. Cummings.
All right. Is everybody up, or are we waiting on the females?
I believe everyone's up, Judge, but I haven't spoken to all the females yet.
Okay. Patrick Eaton.
Judge, that is going to be a negotiated plea today. I believe I do need to just briefly request something from Ms. Bing, but that will be a plea today, and I believe it'll be negotiated.
All right. Markel Henry. So that's a SSD. Miss Kira, can you send me a modification on that, and let's verify how long he's been in? It's a 2020.
Yes, Judge. I sent it to you this morning. He's been in since the 17th.
Oh, that's what you sent me. Okay.
One is a SSD and one is a new charge. Is that correct?
Oh, I do see the new charge.
Right. So
and distracted. So in his first case before me was 2020 with no license.
Judge, I can't hear you.
I said these were both at the same time. That second case is a 2020 case. What have you had a chance to talk to Mr. Henry?
No, Judge, but I think we can get that resolved.
Okay. Because I think he's in on the SSD. That just happened to pop up also.
Yes, Judge.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do say this. If you do not pay a suspended sentence, when a judge gives you time to pay, please make sure you pay it because it will come back. Jermaine Leroy Parks is a petition.
Judge, that's going to be a stipulation, and asking the court to accept basically what's being proposed by the probation office.
Okay. And then those are the cases for Mr. Price.
Yes, Judge, and I think Mr. Morgan is on the Zoom call. I guess maybe if you wanted to go ahead and set up a breakout room with him and Mr.
Not yet. I'm waiting on.
I do. Do that right now. Is he on?
Mr. Morgan is. I think he's indicating he's.
I need to wait for this date to give an offer before I speak to Mr. Price.
All right, Ms. Bing, can we get an offer on Price so that they can talk to him?
Sure. I'm sorry. I thought we sent over recommendations, but certainly I was going to wait till the call of the calendar. He did reach out to me just a few minutes ago.
There are recommendations, but it's probation, and with him being in prison for several more years.
Sure. Yeah, we can chat.
All right, so Mr. Morgan, when you're ready, I'm going to put you and Mr. Price in breakout room number 3. I'm sorry, breakout room number 1. And so, Mr. Price, you can just hold on a second until Mr. Morgan goes into the breakout room. Mr. Morgan, just let us know when you're ready to go into the breakout room.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You'll see the invitation pop up, Mr. Price, but just hold on until Mr. Morgan indicates he's in.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, next is Surprice, Jeremy Surprice. Jeremy Surprice.
I believe he's out on bond, Judge. I do not.
Okay. Next is Fleming Thompson. Fleming Thompson.
And Judge, I think we're going to get a resolution potentially on that. I think we need a conference with him a little further.
Pierre Wilson.
Judge, Mr. Moore, I thought he had already submitted a eval order, but that
Okay.
should be on your desk today. And he's not up because of his condition right now.
All right, so Wilson will be an MHE. And Tracy Young.
Judge, I anticipate that we're gonna get that, resolved today with a, stipulation. I just need to go over that
All
with
right.
him.
All right, so do we need to knock out the petitions? No, well, we got a hearing. So let's go ahead and conference very quickly and try and get these conferences done, and then we'll be back with petitions with Mr. Price and with the rest of the cases.
Judge, do you think, to that end, could maybe put me and Ms. Bing in a breakout room just with the courtroom, just so I can ask her a couple, clarifying questions here?
Okay, with me?
No, just with myself in the courtroom. I can call her on the phone.
You mean the courtroom, not your individual device?
Correct.
Oh, okay, no problem. Ms. Bing, breakout room number 3, Miss courtroom, breakout room number 3. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. So conferences are being set. So Mr. Eaton is actually on. I think he was the one who was out to bond. Is that correct? No, I see a Mr. Eaton. Maybe that's okay. Yeah, there's a Mr. Eaton who's on, I think, as a family member for the gentleman who is in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get to work and I'll be back.
That you have had sitting here, not doing anything else, you weren't waiting on.
I'm gonna get you to do something in a minute. Miss Bing, I'm about to text you.
We have announcements?
Almost,
Okay.
almost. Can we get
Judge,
2 minutes?
I do have a few announcements, but I am still working through a few cases.
Okay, well, let me know when you got them all. Go ahead, Owen. I'll take them.
Okay, just for Mr. Mr. Fleming, or I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson,
Mhm.
Fleming Thompson. That is going to be a not guilty plea today.
All right, so Mr. Fleming Thompson can go back. I'm sure you've given him my speech about bond conditions over the course of the holidays, as in case somebody bonds him out.
And I can confirm that Mr. Eaton will be a negotiated plea.
Okay,
As far, and I know Miss Bing. Okay. So
well, tell me what you have now.
Henry, the new case that we have,
Mhm.
that's going to be a negotiated plea.
Okay,
I would mention, but I'm not sure if we can do anything about it. He does have a case that is, I believe, has been waived from magistrate court, but I'm not sure if it's been received.
yeah, if it's in magistrate court, like if it was in the solicitor's office already, that's doable. If it,
Okay.
possibly. If it's in magistrate court, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's what I kind of anticipated.
Yeah,
Okay,
because I can't force them to move it, and it's got to go through several levels of review before it gets to me.
Tracy Young, that is going to be a stipulation and ask the court to accept the recommendation from the probation office.
Okay. So I don't have anything on, I really have something on just about everybody now. Brooks is a conference. Have y'all talked about Brooks's hearing?
I'm about to speak a little further with Mr. Brooks right now, and then-
Okay, on Cummings is a conference.
Yes, Judge, and then
Okay, so go ahead, because I got Henry is gonna be a negotiated plea. Parks is stip and agree. Price, y'all, Mr. Morgan's still working on that. Surprius is out to bond. Thompson is a not guilty. Wilson is an MHE, and Young is a stip and agree. Mr. Morgan?
I'm sorry, Aaron, do you have a question for me?
I don't think he has an announcement yet.
No, I don't have
Okay,
an
that's all.
announcement, but I'm just waiting to hear back on Mr. Price's case.
Okay, well, that's fine. All right, so I'll give y'all a few more minutes. And then once we come finish up all that, we'll roll straight through it.
Mr. Austin, if you can check your chat, I just had a question for you on Mr. Brooks.
I'm checking it out, Mr. Lynch.
Oh, my God.
Make sure they don't forget me.
Judge, I do have an additional announcement, and I think we've got everything with the exception of Miss Cummings taken care of, which we're going to work on concurrently with everything else getting resolved here. They're switching out the
Okay,
inmates.
what's first?
So Anthony Lamar Brooks, the only thing remaining on the calendar with his new case being transferred is the petition. We are going to stipulate and ask that the court accept the recommendation from the probation office at this time.
Okay,
And I think that was the only other outstanding announcement. I mean, Henry, we are going to do a negotiated. Cummings, that's the
you said
female.
you still have to talk to her?
That's the one that we're holding on, but I didn't know if we go ahead and run through stuff, I think we can have that
Okay, that's
announcement.
fine.
Your Honor, one other announcement, the case on Price actually needs to be transferred. So, because it's a second, it's a felony. It's a second BFV.
Okay,
We're ready to handle the traffic case, so Your Honor, at the court's convenience.
Well, I
All
think
right.
those two things are together.
no, they're separate cases.
Different offense dates on that.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. You're right. Sorry. They're listed together, so I got that's fine.
All right, so can we do Mr. Price's case first? Mr. Morgan, Mr. Lynch, is there a way to kind of give a heads up to the prosecutor upstairs? Because they may never get to this. It'll come in behind a whole bunch of other stuff. If this is all he's waiting for to kind of resolve all his state court issues, can y'all send a note or put a note in the file or do something to kind of send information up with the so that whoever gets the case upstairs will know to go ahead. It's probably going to be an easy time served or something from what they do up there.
We do have a process for that, Judge, and I will make sure that we follow through on that today.
All right. So, all right. Mr. Price, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. 1 second. All right, so Mr. Price, the case that we're going forward on is 2022 CR 02037, improper U-turn. You're represented by attorney Mr. Andrew Morgan, who's with the law firm of Lister, Holt and Dennis. Mr. Morgan, on the improper U-turn, what is Mr. Price plea?
Guilty.
All right, by entering a plea of guilty to improper U-turn, sir, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, and present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Is on December 11th.
If the court's okay with it, we can stipulate since it's a.
I'm fine with that. Recommendation?
That's fine. Yes, that's fine. Oh, excuse me. Yes, 12 months to serve, 3 days credit for time served, balance suspended.
All right, so Mr. Price, I'll send you on that case to 12 months to 3 days credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. All right, on case 2022 CR 02624, that case will be moved up to Superior Court for adjudication there, and we'll try and send the information up so that they can move pretty quickly on that. All right. Okay, anything else on behalf of Mr. Price?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Price, you're free to go at this time. Thank you all for making this possible at the at Wilcox.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, have a good day.
Give it.
All right, you all too have a great holiday.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, who's next? Where'd Mr. Lynch go?
I believe Mr. Lynch is in the attorney booth, possibly talking to Ms. Cummings. You want me to grab him to?
Well, unless you're ready to move on, Eaton or Henry.
I did not speak to them, so I don't really know what's going on with
Okay.
that.
All righty.
Sorry.
Are you ready on any of the petitions?
Unfortunately, the only case I really handled was the one we just handled, so I'm not really up to date with
Mr.
it.
Morgan, how you gonna help in the courtroom if you only doing one case?
I kept offering, but he kept doing all the other cases. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I got you. All right. So as soon as he comes out, we're ready. Mr. Lynch.
Sorry, Judge, I figured, we can go ahead and go through some stuff and Mr. Morgan's gonna take over with Ms. Cummings, and then, if I need to jump back in, I can do that.
Okay. All right. So I'm ready. Whoever y'all got next. So so far, Price is a plea and a transfer. Sir Prius is out to bond. Thompson is a not guilty. Wilson is an MHE. So I'm ready.
Did you want to just go ahead and do the petitions first and then jump through the pleas?
That's fine.
We
I'm
could,
sure the probation office will be fine with that.
start with, Mr. Brooks.
All right.
Oh, she's here for this.
Yeah.
So we should maybe figure out.
Do you know if did you talk to Bing about doing anger management? So
Who has Mr. Brooks? Which probation officer? Austin?
I believe Mr. Austin is here for this.
Yes, Your Honor. It may have came.
It's
from
originally is. I'm sorry.
This chain. It would have been coming from his chain.
All right, thank you.
Mm.
Hmm. Um, can we, wait, a minute, hold on. Okay, I see it. Can I get the petition again? I'm sorry, I'm not finding it.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sending it over right now.
No problem. Thank you.
Just sent it over, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, so Mr. Brooks, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, Mr. Brooks, you're before the court on 2025 CR 00021. You're before the court for, you were convicted of simple battery family violence on the 18th day of March 2025, sentenced to 12 months on probation to run consecutive with case 2025 CR 00998. You have 11 months and 12 days remaining on probation. This is your second hearing. It says that you have the new offense of battery family violence on October 4th of 2025 in Clayton County. You failed to avoid injurious or vicious habit. I'm sorry, you failed to avoid harassing or violent contact with the victim. It says that you had harassing and violent contact with the victim, Charlene Henderson, on or about October 4th, 2025. You failed to comply with counseling. You were supposed to begin medication management and group therapy by September 25th of 2025, and you failed to comply with the family violence intervention program counseling that you were ordered to do. And you've requested a hearing. Are we ready with the hearing?
Yes, Judge, but we are stipulating that there's a violation in this case, Judge. The new offense is being transferred to Superior Court. So we're not stipulating that he committed the new offense, but we're stipulating that he was arrested and that he failed to comply with the terms of probation.
So we don't need a hearing?
No, Judge, we're stipulating to the violation.
Okay, why we set up a hearing and wait 2 weeks? Okay.
I mean, so Judge, initially Ms. Tortorella had requested that, and but I had spoken to Mr. Brooks, and we had come to this decision based on.
Okay. All right. So what's the recommendation?
Your Honor, the recommendation on this case is 180 days to serve and close this case out. The defendant has been in custody since October 5th of 2025.
So trying to get. I can get this filled up. Okay, Mr. Brooks. Mr. Lynch. Mr. Lynch.
I did not hear the last comment from the court, Judge. We are asking, though, that the court accept that recommendation from the probation office and that he be given credit for the time that he's served since he's been locked up on this offense.
Okay. All right, Mr. Brooks, there's not a whole lot to say. You've heard me talk before. You know how I feel about this situation. Get it together, sir. I'm going to go ahead. The case has already been transferred. I'm going to go ahead and accept the stipulation and agreement of the parties. You're agreeing to the technicals only. So I'll note that in the petition for whomever is looking at it upstairs. 180 days to serve, case closed, and then your case will be adjudicated. Any further cases will be adjudicated as felonies.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, the victim is online and would like to make a statement when you're ready.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Ms. Hemphill is getting situated with her device.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The last time I was
Hold
in
on,
your
ma'am.
court.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. Go ahead.
The last time I spoke with you, it was on an incident with my
Okay.
husband and me. We're in a physical altercation.
I got you. You gotta tell me who you are.
Charlene Henderson.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you told us the last time that he was not allowed to come back to the residence, that we were under court order. He came back anyways. I got the police present on the scene and they laughed at me and told me that I wasn't allowed to put my husband out of my household, even though it was like a whole physical altercation that made him get out of our household. They ignored that court order. I called the police back another time and told them that I wanted him out of my household because he did a breaking and entering in my apartment complex. They laughed and said, "Oh, I guess she just don't want her husband to leave." No, I've never allowed him to come back into my household. He does that every time. When y'all let him out, he comes back and he like makes it like Clayton County Police doesn't do anything. I'm tired of that.
Ms.
I'm
Henderson,
terrified of him now. I don't want him
Ms.
nowhere
Ms.
around my
Henderson,
children.
Ms.
I
Henderson,
don't
slow down.
think it's gonna
I
work.
think when we first talked about this case, didn't you say somebody had health concerns and that he was helping with the health?
That's when he first, that's when he first got it.
Okay.
You said no violent acts. You said, you specifically told us no violent acts. You and Officer Ponder told us no violent acts. Well, he's attacked me again. And I don't care if my health concerns mean anything to me, is to keep him away from me, because I prefer to die of my lupus than to have this man beat me to death.
I got you. Ms. Henderson, I've been waiting for this breakthrough because I've pointed out several times.
I know, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You don't have to apologize to me, but a history of domestic violence that goes back to high school, I was concerned when you told me you wanted him back to help with your lupus. And I was just like, I was afraid. But you came and told me that. And so my concern has always been that this is not a healthy relationship.
Yes, ma'am, I know.
But
I had the thought that being married, that I was supposed to just bear down as a wife and try to make this work, and I did as much as I could, and I'm done. Like, I'm so done, and I really apologize to you, because if it wasn't for you telling me that.
You don't have to apologize to me. I just want to point out that when stuff starts even before you're married, when this starts as a teenager, because you were a teenager when this started.
Yes, ma'am.
Started back in Columbus, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So what I advise is that not beat yourself up and keep saying, I'm sorry that I did it. Get the help that you need, because here's the thing. While Mr. Brooks has the problem of being an abuser, you have the problem of accepting someone who abuses. And so what I say is get some counseling. You can
I'm taking Dr. Shandora is my counselor. I take my counseling. Yes, ma'am. I do it twice a week.
Partnership Against Domestic Violence, any of those organizations that are set up to help you transition out of this. Because what happens is we get into that mindset, and then that's how you can be victimized from the time you're a teenager until now. And I don't want you to continue to be in this mode, but you got to make that decision. So what I say is continue to work with your counselor, continue to work with organizations like Partnership Against Domestic Violence, and any of those programs that kind of help you change your mindset. Okay.
Yes, all right. I have a question. I don't want to be married to him any longer. I don't have.
You're gonna have to do through Superior Court. So
yes, ma'am. I was gonna ask you, could you refer me to, like, how do I do that? Because I can't. I'm on a side income. I can't afford it, and I just don't want to be tied to this no more.
I got you. You have to do that through Superior Court. Now, our court doesn't really have a family law information center.
Yes, ma'am.
But I tell you this, the forms are the same. Gwinnett County has a family law information center. I think DeKalb County has one, and Fulton County have one. And all you're really going to do is get the information, the forms, and you can fill them out, and then you can bring them back. It's the same form statewide. So you can bring them back here. But if you need assistance, there's a family law information center. And I think the closest one is either going to be DeKalb or Fulton County.
Yes,
so you can call them and ask if they have the availability to help you. But that's as much as I can do.
I have another question. What do I do about his belongings? I don't need him coming.
Ma'am, I can't tell you what to do about his belongings. It appears he's going to be in for a minute, but what I can do is if you put them to the side, don't destroy them, don't throw them away.
Right, they're to the side, yes, ma'am.
Side, I can have him come back at one opportunity with a sheriff's deputy to keep the peace to get his belongings.
Yes, ma'am.
If that's okay with you.
Yes, ma'am, but make sure that he understands he has to come back with a sheriff present.
Oh,
He
it's
won't-
going to be in the order. Mr. Brooks, are you
ma'am.
listening to Ms. Henderson?
Yes, ma'am.
So remember when we talked about this and your attorney was fighting hard for you. I mean, like she wanted me to reduce the fines and fees. She wanted me, I mean, she was fighting hard, which she's supposed to do. But I kept saying, this has been going on way too long. Mr. Brooks, this is, no, put your hand down, because this is the problem we had before. You keep thinking and talking about what you're going to say, but you're not listening to me. This has been going on since y'all were teenagers in Columbus, Georgia. Teenagers in Columbus, Georgia. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. She has expressed to this court, she doesn't want any contact with you. So let me explain to you what that means. You're going to be in for 180 days. The case will be closed, but the sentence, the condition for you not having any contact with her will remain for the remainder of the time that my sentence stands. In doing that, it means that you still can't have any contact with her. If you were to have any contact with her, you could be rearrested and we could start this process all over again. And this time it's going to be a felony. Anything from now on is a felony. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, and woe be unto you. There are certain judges up there, I know them, like them as friends, but wouldn't want to go in front of them. Woe be unto you if you get one of them judges, because they're not even going to be as nice as me telling you. You need to think about the fact that this has been going on. This domestic violence has been going on since y'all were teenagers in Columbus, Georgia. And I wouldn't know that if it weren't in your record. So stop thinking about what you're going to say to me and start thinking about how you're going to stop doing this. Okay. All right. So with that being said, Mr. Brooks, 180 days, the balance, you're not to have any contact with Miss Charlene Henderson. Ms. Hemphill, did you have something, or were you just turning the camera back?
Yes, ma'am. I was just turning the camera back.
Okay.
Your Honor, may Ms. Henderson be dismissed?
Oh, yeah. Ms. Henderson, you're free to go at this time, ma'am. Defendant shall serve 180 days with credit since lockup. Defendant shall not have any contact with Charlene Henderson at all during the sentence.
Copy, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Anything, Mr. Lynch?
Nothing further at this time, Judge.
Mr. Brooks, you're going to spend Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the remainder of the foreseeable holidays in the Clayton County Jail. What I say to you is you're going to be away from the people who should love and care for you and who you should love and care for. And that's because you can't stop putting your hands on the mother of your children. And this goes, put your hand down, sir. I know you keep saying that it's her, but if it's her, why do you keep going back? If it's her, why don't you establish yourself separately? And then, no. I'm just telling you, if it's her, if she's the reason that you keep getting sent back or keep getting sent to jail, getting sent to prison, then stay on your side of town. See your children through the courts, or if they're adults, let them come see you. But stop going back and then claiming she's the problem.
That's what my mom said before she died.
Well, you should have probably listened to her. Most mamas are right. All right, you can go back with the sheriff's office.
Should be January. Tracy Young. But honestly,
All right, so Brooks is done. Hey, how you doing, sir?
I am doing well. I just wanted to drop in and say happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Things are going well.
Yeah, things are. Tell Owen to make sure he tells you about the end of the year thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah.
was gonna say, Judge, since Taz left, things have gone a little haywire in the courtroom. We may need to bring him back in here to straighten things out a little bit. Because he's got experience on both sides of this situation. Maybe he can kind of.
I am clear. Well, it is good to see you.
It was very good to see you, Your Honor. And hopefully, we'll have a good Thanksgiving. I'll try and drop in a little more frequently when I have the opportunity to say hi.
All right, please do. Thanks.
Thank you.
Take care. All right, so we have Eaton, Henry, Parks. So you want to do Parks next? Is this Mr. Parks?
Judge, this is Mr. Young. I apologize. He's
No problem. That's fine. I know where Mr. Young's petition is. All right, Mr. Young, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down, Mr. Young. Mr. Young, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Tracy Young, 2022 CR 01596. You were before this court for simple battery, family violence, giving a false name, address, or date of birth, and 2 counts of that on the 17th day of May 2022. Then you were sentenced to 12 months on probation. You have 4 months and 3 days remaining because your sentence was told. We lost track of you at some point. Says that you committed the new offense of false name, address, or date of birth on October 22nd, 2025. You failed to report within 24 hours of your release from jail on July 12th of 2022 and in person on September 19th of 2022 and within 10 days of October 3rd of 2022 as directed. You have never reported to probation. You failed to comply with counseling, anger management. You failed to complete community service. You were ordered to do 40 hours. You did 0, and you failed to pay. Mr. Young, you're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holton, Dennis. Mr. Lynch is with you. Mr. Lynch, what say ye about Mr. Young?
Judge, I know that he has been struggling with some of these issues, Judge. I do. So he is going to stipulate today and ask the court to accept the recommendation from the probation office.
All right. Is Mr. Young having problems with housing? What's the issue? What's the underlying issue?
I didn't understand the question.
Sir, are you having problems with housing? What's going on?
At the present time, I am, yes.
Currently, yes, Judge.
Okay. All right. What's the recommendation?
Your Honor, the recommendation is 60 days to serve credit since the date of lockup, which is October 22nd of 2025, and this case be closed.
Okay. What was that date again? October what?
October 22nd, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Young, let me just say that we can open our phones with our faces and with our fingerprints. So, sir, it's not hard to tell who you are, okay? please stop doing false name, address, or date of birth. You're in the system enough now where it's going to be easy to identify you, and that just means you're going to pick up another charge. Okay? If the only charge you get is false name, address, or date of birth, seems like to me, if you told them your name, address, or date of birth, you wouldn't get a charge at all. Doesn't that make sense?
I know that now. Yes, it does make sense.
Okay, thank you, sir. Check with the chaplains in the jail to see if they can give you some information about local agencies that could help you transition back on to, you know, your regular life. They may have some organizations like the Salvation Army, Hearts to Nourish Hope, some of those organizations that might be able to give you temporary bed space and then kind of help you get back to it. Okay.
Will, thank you.
All right, Mr. Young. Thank you. Take care. All right, who's next?
Judge, continuing with the probation, we could do Mr. Parks.
All right, I'm ready when y'all are. All right, is this Mr. Parks?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Parks, raise your right hand for me, sir. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down, Mr. Parks. So, Mr. Parks, you're before the court on a petition for revocation of probation on case 2021 CR 07902 for driving under the influence of alcohol following too close on the 10th day of March 2025, and you were sentenced to 24 months on probation. So you have 3 months and 7 days remaining on count 1, followed by 12 months on count 5. The sentence was not told, but this is your second hearing. You have tested positive for the metabolites of alcohol on October 16, 2025, and you have failed to pay your $805 in arrears. So, Mr. Lynch.
So, I mean, just a couple things I wanted to point out. My understanding is that Mr. Parks is in compliance and has completed the bulk of the DUI conditions. Like I believe he completed the risk reduction, substance abuse evaluation, community service. And then I know I believe there was something discussed at the last hearing related to his fines and fees, which he was trying to express to me, but I didn't quite understand exactly what the discrepancy was there, Judge. But that being said, he has completed the bulk of the conditions on probation.
I got it, Mr. Lynch, but we're talking about all the other stuff that I don't really care about right now. What I care about is that he's still drinking, and that's the part that is either going to put him in jeopardy or the part that's going to put somebody else in jeopardy. Because if he's still drinking, then what's to say he's not drinking and driving like I told him not to do, and like the sentence told him not to do.
Well,
so let's get to that part.
And I understand what you're saying about that, Judge. I do believe the previous petition, it was not for alcohol. I believe it was for marijuana consumption.
Mr. Lynch, really?
The reason I'm pointing that out, I don't want you to think that there's been consecutive.
But Mr. Lynch, what is consecutive is he cannot stay away from the things that I told him not to to have. He has an addictive personality. But as I recall my conversation with him the last time, I don't think he's convinced that he has an addictive personality. And so just changing the substance doesn't mean you don't have an addictive personality. You still do, because if somebody told me, if like chocolate milkshakes, but if you have a chocolate milkshake within the next 12 months, you going to jail. If they catch chocolate on your breath, you going to jail. Do you know how far I would stay away from any place that makes chocolate milkshakes? But
I think that I would too, Judge. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. I did just want to point out that my understanding is that Mr. Parks is he does attend community support meetings. Isn't that correct? Correct. So I think that
he's attending them now.
Correct. So I know that the probation recommend.
Come closer, Mr. Parks, because Mr. Lynch is going to talk for you, and I need to talk to you. So, yes, Mr. Parks, let's talk about this. How old are you again, sir?
I'm 49 years old.
Okay. So, Mr. Parks, you're about to enter the golden age of life, the best part of life, if you do it right. So if you're struggling with an addiction or an addictive personality, so it might not be the same thing all the time, but it's something. If you have to have something in order to deal with life, then that means that you gotta get to the underlying cause. And now, I am all for the community support meetings. I think those are wonderful. The part that I think sometimes we don't address is most people either have an addictive personality because they're using the substance to deal with something underlying. And so for those people, I always say therapy, there's nothing wrong with therapy. And I wouldn't suggest it if I hadn't been through it. There's nothing wrong with finding someone to talk to and bearing the deepest, darkest secrets that we hold. Because when we do that, it frees you up. Once you unbury all that stuff, you don't need something to deal with it because you're pulling it out and you're burying it, you're exposing it to the light and you're moving on from it. But as long as you have it buried, whatever it is, then you're gonna, every time it comes up, you're gonna be like, oh, I don't want to think about this. Let me smoke a little weed. Oh, I don't want to think about this. Let me get a little E and J. Don't do it. Give yourself the opportunity to sit down with somebody. Find a counselor, either through your job or through your health insurance, something, so that you can move into your 50s with happiness. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you're a little younger than me, and that's all I'm gonna say. But it comes at you fast. Like I remember being in my 20s and my 30s and thinking that I would never get to this point because it was so far away. Oh my goodness, but it comes at you fast. And what I'm saying to you is it is now time for you to bear down and take the reins of this addiction, to get your life to the point where we're not dealing with this in the next age. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
Think about the things that you would change about what's going on with your situation now. And then think about the ways that you can change them. Okay? Because you don't want to get another DUI. You don't want to put your life in jeopardy. You don't want to put someone else's life in jeopardy. Now, for the good stuff, you have done a really good job on all of those things that Mr. Lynch has talked about. And so I don't want you to think I'm just beating you down, because I don't do that. I beat people down, but I try and encourage too. So you have done those things, and I appreciate that. But continue to do your community support meetings, because that's important. Because when you get to that point where something's coming up and you don't want to deal with it and you're thinking about taking marijuana or you're thinking about alcohol, those people that you go through that program with are the people who are going to step in the gap for you. Man, I need a meeting. Or man, let me just call you and talk to you for a minute. Okay, do you want to go to a meeting? Yeah, let's go to a meeting. So that's a good thing. But whatever it is that's got you at this point in life, wanting to run from whatever it is, unbury that and deal with it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now, what's the recommendation?
Your Honor, recommendation is 30 days to serve, return back to probation. test every report going forward and intend to support meetings a week.
Okay, how long has he been in there?
Judge, I think he's been in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask the court to consider giving him credit for time served to release him back to probation so he doesn't miss Thanksgiving.
You know what? He's done everything else. And I know he's struggling with an addiction. The thing that scares me, Mr. Parks, though, is people usually drink and smoke when they gather for the holidays because they're around people who drink and smoke. And so that's my concern is you've done everything that I've asked you to do otherwise. And so I'm willing to give you that good credit. But what I'm worried about is you're going to be in a situation in the next week or so where you're going to want to be with the rest of the people, hang with the folk, do what they're doing. And I don't know that you have the willpower to resist that yet.
I don't have family here, so I'll be alone pretty much.
Where's your family?
Maryland, from Maryland.
I'm sorry?
From Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, okay. That doesn't make it better because whatever friends you have probably are not going to be real respectful of sobriety around this time of year. But go to meetings. If you feel the need to imbibe or to smoke, go to a meeting and make it through these 2 weeks. And make it not that you're doing something for me, because I'm not the one. You're doing something for you. If you make it through these 2 weeks, then that's just one more step to making it into full sobriety. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Parks, I'm going to I'll accept the stipulation and agreement that you'll do 30 days, but I'll give you credit. And since I'll give you credit for time served, test at each report, continue on your community service, community support meetings.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I would like for him to report, if he's released today, report on Monday morning, which will be December the 1st.
You hear that, Mr. Parks?
I actually have a court date on December 1st in DeKalb County.
He's got a court date in DeKalb.
All right. We'll see him Tuesday morning, Your Honor.
All right.
On December.
Huh?
Said I can't believe we're coming up on December, Judge.
I know, right? Kind of scary. These days are going. All right.
And also, Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
the fines that you weren't concerned about, I am quite concerned because you waived those fines, and I'm being held for fines from the past, but they should have been waived as well because that paperwork was submitted on my second visit with Officer Chang. So
Okay.
those fines should still be applied to me.
All right. So, Mr. Austin, check the sentence sheet for that and see if I did that. If not, I might need to change it.
What I'm showing on the last court hearing, Your Honor, was you suspended the probation fees.
Yeah. So fines, I'm
fines.
getting suspended. So probation fees, I can.
Officer Chang's holding me responsible for the ones from initial.
I'm sorry?
I submitted that paperwork on my second visit with Officer Chang, and I'm still being held responsible up until the actual violation date. So all of those fines from the rear that you didn't know about because.
So fines, I'm not suspending.
No, ma'am.
The supervision fees, I will suspend, and I'll put
Yes,
that in here.
Yes, ma'am.
And they have been accredited, Your Honor. So his fine is only showing $759 remaining.
Is that retroactive from when I submitted the paperwork to Officer Chang, or is that from when the judge suspended?
That's the fines and fees that he's talking about. That's from your sentence.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
No.
Keep documenting your community support meetings.
Yes, ma'am. I turned those into Officer Chang when I was arrested. My latest.
Yeah, no problem. Just keep, like I said, just keep track of them and keep going.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna just call that next.
All right, I'm sending this over.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right,
That is-
Mr. Parks, you should get out today. Just remember, sir, that every day sober is a day lived better. You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
You can go back to sheriff's office. All right, so do we have any other petitions?
No, Your Honor,
That's
that's all
all
for
for probation.
probation.
All right, thank y'all.
Yeah. Have a
Have a
happy
great
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, very nice. The judge, the one that just. Oh, wow. Right.
All right, what's up?
Ready to move forward on Cummings, try to move forward.
Okay.
Me up to this podium. Thank you. Good?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, Ms. Cummins.
Good morning.
All right, 1 second. So, Ms. Cummins, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
You have to say yes or no out loud.
Okay, Ms. Cummins, just breathe. Just breathe. You can put your hands down. Come on now. Just, you agree to the oath?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hands down. You can put your hands down. Okay. All right, so Ms. Cummins, you're before the court on 2025 CR 10464 for simple assault. You're represented by Attorney Morgan. Mr. Morgan, what does your client plead to the offense before the court?
We're asking the court to accept a nolo plea.
All right. By entering a plea of nolo, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, Ms. Cummings?
Yes, I think the plea is, you said, do I understand the plea? Is the plea not?
It's a no-lo. So you're not saying guilty, but you're just not going to contest the evidence from the state.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Factual basis and recommendation, please.
On October 17, 2025, Miss Cummings pulled a knife on Jasmine Davidson, her daughter. He stating that if Miss Davidson touched her, it'd be the last thing she did. and they do reside in the same household. The
Okay,
state's recommendation is 12 months to serve 38 days credit for time served.
all right, Mr. Morgan, anything on behalf of Ms. Cummings?
Your Honor, a couple. This is a result of a mental health episode. Our office has been in touch with family members. She has a family member in the courtroom physically in support of her that I've talked to. We've spoken to some other family members. The family has been speaking with some people at the jail and have talked about getting her transported from the jail to Grady Hospital's mental health services. So we were asking if the court can put something in the order that be released or transported to Grady Mental Health Services. The family tells me who the person I've been speaking with at the jail has said that once the court issues an order releasing my client, that she can be, the people that they've been talking to at the jail can have it set up for that should be transported to Grady, but we're just asking that maybe the order.
Okay, so let me understand. Grady has bed space for her and will accept her upon transport.
I'm not saying that. I have no idea.
Yeah, see, the problem is what will happen is, because I've done this before, I allow the jail to transport, and then once they get there, because nobody's made prior arrangements, then the jail brings the person back because the people at the agency won't accept them, or they say they don't have bed space, or there's no contact person that they dealt with prior who stated there would be bed space. So,
and in that event, we'll just get the family the order showing she's been released today, and they can talk to.
Yeah, she's been released. So if they can transport her, port her, and assure there's bed space, or at least an evaluation, can take place, that would be great. But what'll happen is that, like I said, if I ordered the sheriff to transport her, and there's no contact information, no person to release her to, then they'll just bring her back.
Right.
All right. So, but for the family, there's an organization in Georgia has a chapter called the National Alliance for Mental Illness, .org. It's NAMI, NAMI. So get in touch with your Georgia chapter. They have a lot of information to help families, to support people who may be suffering with mental illness. So Ms. Cummings, I'm going to accept your plea. I'll send you to 12 months to serve 38 days credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. All right.
Can we also add a no violent harassing
Yeah,
contact?
I was just thinking about that because I'm sure the family is supporting, but I do not want that. So also no violent or harassing contact with Miss Jasmine Davidson. All right. So Ms. Cummins, you can go back with the sheriff's office, and you should be able to be released today to spend time with your family, okay?
You okay? You got any questions?
Yeah, I just need to know which one. All right. Take care, ma'am. All right.
I'll walk
You
with
too
you,
now.
okay?
Bye. Thank you. All right, so the last two cases I have are Eaton and Henry.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I just got a note that Ms. Davidson is on the Zoom and would like to make a statement. I'm sorry
Ms.
if that's.
Davidson, I see you. Go ahead. You gotta unmute and do video for me. All right, there you are. Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
I do.
All right, go ahead, ma'am.
I just wanted to speak before all of that stuff happened. Because the situation has just been an unfortunate mix-up. We were trying to get her help get her to a mental health facility then. They said that because she refused, they had to take her to jail. But everybody that has come in contact with her have acknowledged that she has mental as well as a lot of physical issues going on with her. And I just don't think it's right for her to even have to get any type of sentence. They said the attorneys that I've had a big hard time even contacting said that she waived her preliminary hearing where she would have been able to request it to be dismissed. And this doesn't make any sense. She's 61 years old. She don't have time to be.
Ms. Davidson, I get it. Here's the thing. As long as somebody has agency over themselves, like you can't, if it's a grown up, you can't really tell them what to do. And so we can recognize that she might have some mental illness, but we can, if she's able to talk to her attorneys, understand the process and participate in the process, there's the standard for saying that she's incompetent. A lot of people have mental illness, but they're not incompetent with respect to the courts. But let me tell you a couple of things. One is we have a new system in place nationwide. If she's having a mental health crisis, do not call 911, call 988. Okay, that's number one. Number two,
after the fact.
I got you. Number two, in order for you to direct her health care, mental health or physical health, you would have to get a guardianship over her. Now, I know it can be kind of expensive. Hopefully, they'll have an ability for you to do, sometimes they'll take pauper's affidavits that, she's not working, I can't afford this. But if you get a guardianship over her, then you can direct her health care. Trust me, my mama don't have mental health issues, but she got physical health issues, and fighting with her to get the stuff done that, because she decides what she wants to do. And if she doesn't want to do what I think is best, trust me, knock down, drag out battle. And so until you have a guardianship over her, you can't direct what she can or can't do. If she waives her preliminary hearing, the attorneys can't stop her from doing that as long as she's able to express that she knows what she's doing and she can assist with her defense and assist her attorneys. Okay. So I know as frustrating as it is, and it seems like we should be able to do more. I really do wish we could do more. I feel like we fail people every day. And I hate to say that, but I'm not the only person in the justice system who feels that way. There are so many of us who, some people are trying to get programs, some people are trying to get find places for people to go, find bed space, but all of us feel like we fail people every single day in this situation. All I can say is probate court to get the guardianship, NAMI to get assistance and maybe workarounds that people have figured out that maybe we don't know about, or places that may have, you have the ability to get her help that we might not know about. Because a lot of times outside of City of Atlanta, in the metro area, City of Atlanta has every possible program you can think of. But when you get out here to Clayton County or Henry County, sometimes it is harder to find programs that are located out here, because they know if they locate in City of Atlanta, there's going to be people, there's going to be grants, there's going to be all kinds of support. If they locate out here, we might not have the population to support them. And so I understand your frustration. I understand your love for your mom. But I just hope that nothing else happens. But if it does, then you will have the other resources that we've talked about to kind of make sure she doesn't come through this system. Okay. But the good thing is, because she's now before me, she'll always come back to my division if something happens. And so we can get this quicker. We can get things done quicker. Okay. I just don't, if you order a mental health eval, she gets sent to Georgia Regional. Nobody knows how long it takes to get bed space there. It's just crazy. And so since COVID, so many providers have stopped providing, so many people left those services. And so I don't want to have to do that. Now, here's another thing. If she has medication that has been prescribed for her, you can always like make sure the jail knows that so they can medicate her with consistent with what she gets while she's in here so that she can make better choices with her attorneys and maybe not waive something that she should have had or get to court quicker. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I
Your Honor,
appreciate you.
and I'm sorry to kind of interrupt here, but I just
Yes.
wanted to, since Mr. Morgan handled this, I wanted to make sure, because my client had expressed whether she's able to go back and get her stuff. I believe it's no violent or harassing contact. I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, she can go back home. That didn't prevent her from going back home.
I
It's
didn't
just
think
no
so. I
violent
just
or
wanted to-
harassing contact because Miss Davidson deserves to be safe. But yeah, she's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Morgan did a fine job. He's okay. All right, so Miss Davidson, I get your frustration, ma'am. And hopefully you'll be able to do. I know Grady, once they're in Grady's service, they have an ACT team that will follow them, you know, and make sure they do it during medication management or whatever else they need. So hopefully you'll be able to get her into Grady's program.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Your Honor.
Yes. You
So
free to
we
go
have
now, Ms. Davidson, if you wish. Yes, Mr. Lynch.
My apologies, Judge. So we have Mr. Eaton next for a plea, but I just wanted to ask, just to make sure you didn't shut down the Zoom before I got a chance to do this. What I would request is that at the conclusion of the plea for Mr. Eaton, if we could do a very brief ex parte hearing with regards to Mr. Wilson, who's on the calendar today. Mr. Moore expressed some concern about whether we would be complying with the statute that was passed if we just went ahead and did the order without. But my understanding is there can be an ex parte hearing. I can waive his presence, and
That's fine. I think Mr. Wilson's been, yeah, because we talked about that the last time, the fact that he might need a hearing. So I'm fine with that as long as you present what's necessary. I do know that the statute provides for that.
I even have a witness here in the courtroom, Judge. Just
okay, that's fine. So we'll do Wilson's hearing right after we do Eaton and Henry. I've already done the SSD for Mr. Henry. And I believe he had another case. Is that what was keeping him? Yeah, he has the learner's license violation and distracted driving.
You're right, Judge. We are going to enter a negotiated plea to that. I'm sorry, I forgot about Mr. Henry.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Eaton.
All right. Is this Mr. Eaton?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Eaton, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
I swear.
All right, you can put your hand down. So Patrick Eaton, 2025 CR 10462 for battery family violence count 1, simple battery count 2, simple battery, I'm sorry, simple battery family violence count 2, and simple battery count 3. Mr. Lynch, what is your client plead to the offenses before the court?
It's a guilty plea to count 1, Judge.
By entering a plea of guilty to count 1, counts 2 and 3 will merge. You give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please.
She's asking to say.
On July 29th, 2020, officer observed the defendant driving using his cell phone. When he pulled him over, he did not have a license.
No, that's Mr. Henry. Yeah, this is
sorry.
Mr. Eaton, the
I know
battery
we
tech.
talked about Mr. Henry, so that probably.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. For a second, I was like, how did a 20 questioning my my accusation scanning?
Okay, on October 28th, 2025, Mr. Eaton had gotten into a physical altercation with Mayshawn Eaton, his father. And he attacked him. The attack was unwarranted and occurred when Patrick Eaton had pushed his father, causing him to fall into the bushes. He also started kneeing his father. He did not sustain any injuries, and Patrick Eaton had admitted to attacking his father and could not explain what caused him to do it. They both reside at the same house. The state's recommendation is 12 months to serve 24 days, credit for time served, balance probated, a $300 fine, anger management, 40 hours of community service, balance suspended. Second count would merge into count 1, and the third count would also merge.
All right, so I have 12 months, 24 days, credit for time served, balance probated, of fine in the amount of $300, which will be $444 with the surcharges, an anger management course, and 20 hours of community service. Is that correct?
That's 40 hours of community service.
40 hours of community service. All right, and 40 hours of community service. All right, so Mr. Eaton, how old are you, sir?
I just turned 22.
I'm sorry?
22 years old.
Okay, come up closer. I need to hear you. Why are you still at home, sir?
Judge, not to cut it off, but not to interrupt your questioning, Judge, but I believe he doesn't currently live with his father. I think he's
Okay, good. All right.
homeless, and I think that's part of what led to this situation.
I live out of my car.
Okay.
And that's
What kind of work you do?
I was doing DoorDash.
Okay. You have your high school diploma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you can DoorDash, but you're going to need a little bit more than that. If you're trying to get your own place to stay, you're going to probably need about 2-3 jobs. You got me?
Yeah.
During the holidays, people are hiring. Get you another job. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I get that you're living out of your car at 22 years old. But I tell you what, if you work real hard, start getting jobs and making sure that you are consistent with it, you will work yourself out of this hole that you're in. You got it? But here's the thing. If you're going to rely on your parents for any assistance, you can't get into it with them. Yes, at the point where you feel like you got to get into it with your parent, whether they are right or wrong, if it's their house, you got to walk. Yes. You can't make them do nothing.
Right.
Okay. All right. So I'll accept your plea of guilty to count 1, counts 2 and 3 will merge. 12 months to serve 24 days, credit for time served, balance probated to pay a fine in the amount of $300, an anger management class, and 40 hours of community service. No violence.
That balance can suspend as well after those conditions are met.
Okay, 40 hours of community service with no violent or harassing contact with Mayshawn Eaton, and suspension upon completion of all of suspension upon completion of all of the special conditions of probation.
And Judge, I don't want to speak for Mr. Eaton, but I think he just had the hand raise emoji, so I'm not sure if Mr. Eaton wanted to make a statement.
Mr. Eaton, did you want to make a statement?
Yes, as his father.
All right, hold on. Raise your right hand for me.
Sorry.
You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Go ahead.
As his father, the main thing that I want for my son is for him. He is on medication, he does get to the point where he feels like he doesn't need his medication, and he'll stop taking it. As long as he's on his medication and he keeps taking it consistently like he needs to, he's fine. We did also, in defense of him, we did just suffer a loss in our family. My mother, his grandmother, which he was very close to, that really kind of affected things.
So, Mr. Eaton, is he in a program that helps him manage his medicines? Like, does he have an ACT team or medication management?
No.
Okay. So I know Grady has one, if that's helpful. There may be others, but I'm not sure who he gets his medication through. Like, I don't know if it's insurance or anything like that. But what I would advise you to do is get involved with NAMI, the National Alliance of Mental Illness. They have a Georgia chapter that is very active, and they can kind of give you some insight into how best to approach the situation. Because as I said earlier, once somebody reaches the age of majority, you can't tell them what to do. And if they decide to stop taking their medicine, it becomes more difficult for family members to make headway in with respect to that. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So,
also, if I could say, his mother is also here. Her name is Brianna James, and if she could be allowed to speak, she could give.
Is she driving?
No.
No, ma'am.
Oh, there she. Oh, okay. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I
know how
thought
to
she was
work
in the
the
car.
room.
No problem, Miss James. Go ahead. So did you hear what I was saying about the medication management? All right, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, you can put your hand down. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for letting me speak on behalf of my son. But everything that his father said is true. And he's been between me and his dad's house. And being that I'm in another state, but I was trying to before all of this happened, and even after all of this happened, I told him, you literally have nowhere else to go. And I was trying to get him back here to live with me and my husband, because he's been in and out of institutions. But the only thing down here, he had a social worker because of the last facility that he's been in several times. I've been in contact with the social worker, and the doctors that he was under the care. He was supposed to be taking once a month injection shots. I'm
Yes,
not
ma'am.
sure how the law works as far as being in another state, but I was trying to see if I could have him to come back here to follow up with the doctor's orders here. And I don't know if the state of Georgia could make that happen to make it mandatory. That
I cannot make that mandatory. What I can say is that it's sort of not a legal thing, like a thing that we can do, in the sense that in the state court, we deal with the criminal issues. Now, if you want to have an effect over his medicine, whether you can direct his care, he's 22. So you would have to get a guardianship over him, and then all kinds of things open up and become possible. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. And that's what I was in the process of doing when he moved back down here. And I spoke with my son about it. I said, it's not taking over your rights to anything, but to make sure that you are getting the help, that I was trying to get an emergency guardianship over him. So I reached out to several people here, and to no avail. No one could really give me the direct way to do it. And I was trying to assist my son to get him situated, but it would have to be through my decisions, because yes, he's an adult. He's 22, but mentally, when it comes to decisions and understanding things, he's not of the legal
I got you.
mentality.
Here's what you do. So I know our probate court has people who can give you a lot of information about how to proceed or what's available. the probate court in Fulton County, I think Fulton County, Georgia, has a kind of like an information center where they will give you information. So I believe you have to proceed in the county that he resides in, but since he's transient, that may change. You know, so wherever his residence would be. But yeah, you can get information, just contact the probate court of whatever county you wish to proceed in. And like I said, I know Clayton County is, you know, they have individuals who can kind of give you information about how to proceed with what you're trying to do. And also Fulton County might have that information. I think they have a kind of a more active information center.
Is that in reference to trying to have him to come back here to the state of Alabama to live with me?
No,
Or
that's in reference to getting a guardianship over him. Because you can't force him to do anything until you have a guardianship over him. And there's no mechanism for me to force him to go live with you.
no, that's not what I'm referencing to. Like, I'm trying to see, like, do I need to go to the state of Georgia to talk to them or call them and see about it? And
No, what I'm saying to you is there is no mechanism that the state has where we could force an adult to leave Georgia and go live with his mother. There's not a, there's nothing.
yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, I understand. I understand that he was telling me that he agreed that he would come back here.
Yeah, he'll be released. So he's got probation to deal with. And so once he's completed the terms and conditions of probation, which is an anger management course, the 40 hours of community service, and the fines and fees. Now he can do the community service anywhere as long as it meets the criteria that we have. The anger management class might be able to be done off-site. So all of those things, but it just depends. But I can't make him come back to you.
Absolutely, I understand, Your Honor. It was just giving him an open option if he wants to.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, in order to kind of direct his health care and all of that, you would have to go through the probate court.
Okay, I understand.
All right.
I mean, with his permission, of course, but I just wanted to see what it is that he would want to say since he, if he wants to let me know anything.
Now, Mr. Eaton, your parents who are very supportive, your mom is saying that you can come back to Alabama and live with her and then have the support that you need from there. Now, Mr. Eaton, let me just be clear with you. The medicine that you're taking, if you were to have diabetes or if you had high blood pressure, and you know people who take those medicines, if they stop taking them, they get sick, and they get sick very quickly. I know from what I've heard from many, many people that sometimes the medicines that you take for your condition aren't always comfortable, or they don't always make you feel good. If that is the case, then you got to go back to the doctor and say, hey, doc, I need a different medicine, or I need a different amount of medicine. But what I'm saying to you is, if you just stop taking the medicine as soon as you feel good, you're going to feel bad real quick, and things like this will happen. Yes, sir?
The medicine that I stopped taking, for one, they never let me distribute it to myself, but the medicine that they was giving me, it was take as needed, and I was giving it 3 times a day, and it was giving me headaches. I let it be known that it was
see, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If the medicine is not working for you, if it's got adverse side effects that you can't deal with, instead of deciding you're gonna do it yourself, go back to your doctor and tell them, hey, this medicine is giving me headaches. I can't do this.
I did. I have an appointment December, it's the 6th.
Okay. So go to your appointment and tell them everything that has happened since, with the medicine, okay? And then let them kind of give you some information about what's best for you if you need a medicine adjustment or a medicine change, okay? But before you ever stop taking your medicine, try and get an emergency appointment as quickly as you can so that you don't have a gap, okay? Because we don't want anything like this to happen again. Yes, sir?
One more thing.
Hold on, ma'am. Yes, sir?
I just need to get my my car and some belongings out of my father's house, and I have a place that I could go stay. That's a safe environment.
Okay, Miss, you can have one opportunity to go back with the sheriff's deputies, the deputy clerk. You can have one opportunity to go back with the sheriff's deputies to get your personal belongings at your father's house. So you just have to make an appointment through the sheriff, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. So, Miss James, you had a question?
Yes, ma'am. The appointment that he's referring to is the appointment here in the state of Alabama. That's
Okay.
that's the facility that he was last under the care before he was put under care once everything happened in Georgia. So that's the
Okay.
appointment that he's referring to. I just wanted the
Mr.
lady to know.
Thank you, Mr. Eaton. You might want to reach out to your mother so that she can facilitate you getting to that appointment. It would not be a good idea to miss that appointment. Mr. Eaton, the Clayton County Jail is not a good place to be. No jail is a good place to be, but it is not a good place to be. Your parents are trying to help you to stay out of there and to be with family or to at least have support. You got me?
Yes, my car is the only thing my grandmother left me with. She never
I
had.
got you. They're not taking your car. It's still there. But what I'm telling you is instead of putting yourself in the situation of you living in your car or you living out of your or you being back in jail, get the stability that you need right now, okay?
Yes.
All right?
Will I be able to retrieve my car though?
Yes, sir. I already told you that.
Okay. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. But what I'm saying is, while you're retrieving your car, think about contacting your parents and letting them help you get to your doctor's appointment.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. All right, you can go back with the sheriff's office. Ms. James, Mr. Eaton, I understand how difficult this is. That's why I suggest NAMI. They probably have an Alabama chapter also. And then just getting some information from the probate court that might help you be able to make decisions even for him, okay?
Judge, I have one more issue.
Yes.
As of right now, his car is at my house, and I'm currently out of town right now, so he would have no way to get in to get the key.
No, he has to do it through the sheriff's office. That's going to be in the order. He has to
Okay.
call the sheriff's office and make an appointment, and they'll call you and find out the best time.
Okay.
All right.
So when is he to be released? I'm sorry.
Today.
Today, wow, okay. So,
And see, that's the thing. I'm sorry, Your Honor, it's no one there to pick him up. And he has no access to his vehicle, and I'm in the state of Alabama, but he doesn't want to, I can't force him to come back here. So even if he's released, I'm not sure where he's going to go. But like you said, Your Honor, he's an adult.
But
So,
ma'am, let me just tell you, he's probably safer on the street than in the jail right now. I hate to say it.
Okay.
I hate to say it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
He says he has some friends.
No, ma'am. No, he's too trustworthy with thinking everybody's his friend, even though the intents are not good.
I got
And he
you.
has a
So
tendency. Yes.
yeah. So I trust me, I'm a parent.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I and trust me, not to say too much, but yeah, I understand completely where you are. Okay.
Okay. Well, so he will be available to call me so that if need be, I'll just try to. I don't know anybody really up there other than one family member, and she does not live in Clayton County. So that he won't be left out there once they release him.
Call the chaplain's office at the sheriff's office, Clayton County Sheriff's Office, ask to speak to a chaplain and see if they have some resources that they could help him with upon release and until you can get to him. Okay.
All right. I will do that. Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
And
All right. Thank you,
I'm
Your
so
Honor.
sorry. Yeah, I just if it's the difference between keeping him in jail and letting him out in his situation, I wouldn't want to keep him in the jail.
No, I don't want him in there, and I just wanted to let him sit there to learn his lessons for the first time and take accountability for his actions.
I
So,
got you. Yeah.
yes,
Also, if the concern is 911 versus 988, try 988 always.
I called, I'm not trying to hold your time up, but I've done that on my end when he was living here. And, yeah, I called and let them know what was going on. And, they told me he's an adult, and even though he's showing the mental break he's having, so they couldn't force him. So I just feel like 998 is irrelevant to the help. And they've
It's not
told me,
irrelevant, like I said, in all of these situations, and I said that this is with the other young lady, if the person is an adult, you can't force them to do anything unless you already have a court order.
yes,
And
ma'am.
that's the crucial part. You
Yes,
gotta
ma'am.
be willing to go get that court order. And that doesn't have anything to do with whether he wants you to or not. It's whether the court sees enough information that you need it.
Yes, ma'am. And I was through that process with the doctors here and the social worker. And I was waiting to hear back from his psychiatrist whose care he was under, and even the social worker admitted that she don't think that he's making the right decisions or capable of understanding the decisions.
But
Yeah, so
if you're able to continue that process, that's the only way you're going to be able to direct what happens to him in all of these situations. Okay.
okay. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So the remaining case is Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry has an SSD that has been taken care of already. He's going to get credit for time served, and then a learner's license violation, distracted driving.
Judge, we can
Yes.
enter no contest, please.
All right, Mr. Henry, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, sir, you're before the court on 2020 CR 08482 for learner's license violation, count 1, distracted driving, count 2. You're entering a plea of no guilty. By doing so, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or a judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things, sir?
Yeah.
All right.
Stipulate to a
Yes.
factual basis.
All right. Recommendation, please.
Sorry, I was muted. 12 months to serve 8 days, credit for time served, balance suspended.
All right. So counts 2 and 1 will run concurrent. 12 months, 8 days, balance suspended, credit for time served. You can go back with the sheriff's office, Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry, if you ever have a ticket, please make sure you don't forget your ticket. Please put a reminder in your phone, take a picture of the ticket, because you could have taken care of these way back when, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take care, sir. You're free to go at this time.
And so
The SSD is done. All right, so Mr. Wilson. All right, and Ms.
we
Mr. Huh?
I'm sorry, I was just gonna, could we go in a private setting so I'm not
Okay.
so
Does this need to be taken down,
I was
Judge?
getting ready to put you in there, Ms. Martin.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll go into a breakout room. I'll put Ms. Martin in a breakout room so that we don't have to talk about health conditions more than. All right, breakout room number 1, Ms. Martin, the courtroom, Ms. Bing.
Is the other deputy still here?
And Miss Wentz.
It's okay. If he's around, I can.
All right. All right, so I'll join. Miss James, I think we're done for the day. Thank you so much, and you have a great Thanksgiving. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. At this time, everybody's free to go. Please, please have a safe and happy holiday, and I'll see you after.
You do the same, Judge.
Thank you.